All right, how's it going, everybody? Agents on here, Artificery League number 13. We are in the top four, and this is Davidcole versus Ryan. I always get his numbers wrong, but 0770. And Davidcole is playing Mill there with the Leia Yoda. It will chew a deck fast, but if a character goes down, it's a rough business for Ryan. I'm sorry, for David. And he's got plenty of soft mitigation in hand, plus the hard mitigation in that EMP. It's going to be really difficult for Ryan to get any damage across in round one. And I think that if he doesn't get at least 6 in, it will completely close out any chance of him recovering, except for possibly a lucky fist. But the upside for Ryan is that if he does get a fist down, it's going to stick around. There is no Flames of the Past in Davidcole's deck. He is relying really on just eating up all of the damage dice with onboard mitigation, good shielding, and judicious hard removal. Doesn't have a whole lot of hard removal. He's got the Pacify, he's got Beguile, and he's got those double EMP, which will pay really good dividends here. And so long as Yoda is alive, he does have Disciplined Mind. But I think if you're playing Forlom here, I think Yoda's actually your target because he just enables too much with those specials and everything else. You just got to get him off the board. Now, what Ryan does have is a good cheap dice right off the rip. Unfortunately, he's in a position where he's staring down the barrel of a no answer situation. Even though David doesn't have it in hand, he's going to have to act like he does the second he gets a resource, and his own hidden motive will get pitched away. I'm not sure why he did not use that on the Leia die. Showing this card, I guess he just wanted the Fickle down, but Yoda can take that away. So, not entirely sure what's going on there. Would not be surprised to see a Nimmin overwrite next round. And even a probe off the top isn't going to help him much. We'll see what he's got going on. I guess he's just looking at it like that. We don't get to see. He didn't like what it was anyway. And now he could see a lot of deck chewing or preemptive shielding. Definitely is going to want to leave that Nimmin hanging out there. So I think proper move here is probably just lay a power action for that 2 focus. Take 2 off the top of the deck. I think it was a desperate measure. But he's trying to get battlefield control for some reason because he is really jumping the gun. Alternatively, he could just say, you know what's good enough? This Nimmin sitting on special, I can leave that there. But I guess he doesn't even want to do that. Really odd. Maybe he thinks a Nimmin override is good enough, and it is kind of good enough to get rid of the Grievous focus if that pops up, but he just like now he has to play it on the Sentinel Messenger. Gonna get double focused around. And you don't really want to take unnecessary damage. Ryan getting away with murder here by keeping 1 card in hand. It's not. I don't know if it's not falling for the no answer bluff or not recognizing the terrible position he put himself in by holding on to that card, but getting what he's getting here. Maybe he just now thought of it. Goes for the disrupt. I think overwrite just to clear that Sentinel Messenger is probably the way to be here. Just setting up for. I mean, it's only 4 damage. Maybe he goes, you know what, I can take 4 damage. I have field medics in the deck. But well, get rid of the card. Force him to discard that card to re-roll to try to get his 4 damage. Maximum of 8, but 2 of it would be indirect and split across 3 actions. So you go Overwrite Nemen, eat that Sentinel Messenger die. You discard re-roll. I still have a hidden motive hanging out in the back, and I have a reasonable chance of getting battlefield control anyway because you're gonna pitch to re-roll. Now he's going to focus a double focus, and you have to make the decision on how much damage you want to take here. And you don't have battlefield control, which puts Yoda on the back end, behind on shielding or Nimin or all the rest. I guess he will have the battlefield control, but that seemed unnecessary. An unnecessary way to go about it. Especially with when you have resistance ring, like I can see the argument, hold on to the Nimin for the overwrite so you make sure you get your astrogation proc next round. But you have resistance ring in hand that you're going to play. I certainly wouldn't agree with throwing away the Nimin. It's a clever distraction and the discipline line. I'm not seeing hardly any damage come across the table this time. And then he also has Snuff Out, which, just to give you a reminder what that does, gets that battlefield control and wipes damage. So even off of a big dick reroll, there's nothing coming across, and that's going to be absolute murder for a deck with a modified side like Conscript Squad or Energy Bow if he had happened to draw it. He does have a Saving Grace and Invader's Fist, but both Delve are in the discard pile, so he can't even play that realistically. And I think Discipline Mind there is probably okay. Gives you plenty of options with the Resistance Ring or the Clever Distraction, whichever happens to come up first. I think you just go ahead and you take Leia's dollar right there and turn your Snuff Out back on. Oh man, I was not able to hit the mute button in time for that. Sorry. Oh no, I guess you could overwrite the Nimin and flip that Leia die to a double discard. Flip that around. Not sure what the purpose of playing Dead or Alive there is, with both Delves gone, and I already have one of those fists in hand. See if the other one went away. The other one's still there. I just like throwing away a card for no purpose. Lucky Forsaken right off the top. Definitely worthwhile. Not sure if playing the Resistance Ring on Yoda is the way to be. I know you want value out of the die, but I also think he's so far ahead of it, it possibly doesn't matter where it goes. At max damage of 10 with dice on board, but Yoda about to come out. That Nimin gonna play absolute hell. Especially when there's an automated defense. Well, you can't play the automated defense, but you can play the probe. I want to look in the discards and give clues right now. I think at this point you just start resolving any damage die you can get. And giving a little bit of the old probe. Only can take a hidden motive, and that's pretty unlucky for Ryan. he's going to go ahead and get all kinds of setup with it. Even a disrupt here. If Ryan is worried about the snuff out, disrupting here save him. Because then he could just feed for that Nimin die. Still have snuff out. 2 discard just sitting there, so he's going to take his damage. I agree with. Then he's going to lose 2 cards. Now he's got to pitch his last one. Oh man, just playing. If David had no answer, a dangerous, dangerous business here. But it's not no answer. It is snuff out. You just take the Grievous resource here and try to play this siege cannon. I think you probably do. Still don't get your battlefield control. I think that's a mistake right there because now Ryan's definitely going to claim. Not sure the extra $1 was worth it. Cards right. I think he should do. Get a card count right quick. Interesting thing about clever distraction and actually made her fist die. It's forgotten a lot. But I think Ryan's due for his second mega coming up. Or his second fist. One, two. He's got his choice of both. With battlefield control, I think mega might be the way to be. Hard to say. Really hard to say because if you play mega here, you don't have to worry about paid sides because those pesky Yoda disrupt do play a role, and you also get to have your. But seeing this force jump come out may lead him to go with the fist instead. I think that's poor sequencing, taking that dollar there. Always take it later. Getting the 4-lom out ahead of the force jump would have been preferable. No questions asked is in play, but it will not draw David any cards. Ryan's battlefield. Now, fist is a problem. Leading out with 3 on the rip, I think you just have to hand the guy the dollar. Hope and pray. Alternatively, roll out Leia and get set up for the big no answer play. Try to take back control of the match a little bit because that fist isn't going away entirely. I think even now just resolving that Grievous die is perfectly fine. Or you roll Sentinel Messenger, see if it hits focus. That's for removal. That way. Lead out with a lot of different avenues here that all end up in a win. And I think if Fist doesn't rolls anything but the 3 direct, it's a whole different game. David, but the Fist actually landing on the direct is a big deal. These hits are just gonna slam right into Yoda all round long. There's only 6 cards left in deck, and realistically, it really needs to take 3 off the top. Not a no answer. I think what he needs to do is get that Leia out there. Take 2 cards away, then he can double no answer very happily. Not sure where he plans on getting money. Pure survival mode here. Nimin isn't going to do anything about Fist. Force Jump isn't going to do anything about Fist. He's not making forward progress on the deck or the hand. He's got focus into something, but Leia needs to roll. That's the kind of Fist die you want to see if you're a mill player. Good old 2 shields. This Sentinel Messenger roll has a lot riding on it. Money isn't awful. You get the energy bow down. Your opponent has no resources and 2 cards in hand. Probably want to just ramp up the threat. So that force jump will do things. If Nimin has to play a part. Oh, I think that was a bad Nimin. I think you re-roll with that resistance ring. Or you use your resistance ring focus on board to do that. That Nimin special could have solved a lot of problems. It's only by grace that Forlom isn't going off right now. Gonna have 1 re-roll to do it with. 2 if you count Grievous, re-rolling 3 dice just on his lonesome. Because David has no money to threaten no answer. I think you take that energy bow dollar. I think you take the energy bow dollar. Then you worry about the rest. Because that energy bow isn't incredibly likely to resolve with the force jump. There's the focus, 2 focus. Got a lot of damage walking across this table here. That doesn't even matter. Focus. 2 focus. Special again, but that's only going to prevent 2. I think what you do is you just take the energy bow dollar and you try to bait that force jump into resolving against the Grievous. Like, yeah, people aren't really going to fall for it, but find your edge where you can. Rerolling ahead of the focus. You want to save that reroll for the Vader's Fist. Now, David basically has to pass. Shouldn't use that force jump on Grievous, but he might. And that's a perfectly resolvable pretty indirect. I say take this dollar. Run your opponent out of action. You got all the time in the world. Game's proceeding at your pace. Oh no. Time for that fist to come back in. If that fist rolls damages, could be an extra 2 on the field. Oh, 3 for pre. Or actually, at that point, you don't care about the fist, right? Just find your 4 damage. Go focus 2 focus into. Whoa. What is that? Oh, this is punishing. 1 shield instead of 2 health saved. Ah. Small edges being lost. One line picks up a buck, right? I'm just gonna get his dollars. I don't need any dollars. I think he forgot the dead or alive money. Oh, I don't think you can throw away no answer. I think you need to keep no answer. 1 guaranteed discard out of hand. You got 5 cards. You have to walk your way through. Those look flat to me. We'll see if this Fickle pays off again. This Fickle has been doing some serious work this match. Even the discard side isn't nothing here. Now, if Ryan probes from here, it's going to hit 2. It's going to hit, it'll definitely hit 1. Or Hunter's still up there. And that is a good discard side. Good roll on that one. You can play the no answer from the discard, clear some damages, get Yoda specials. You can do a lot. You can do a lot with that. The usage of the Nimin special is key. And ooh, discard. Free discard in on board. It might be time to get Forlom out there. Every distraction will remove a trooper die. You can see specials get resolved on the other side of the table and flip over to 5 discard. Ooh. Yep. I think that's game. Ooh. I think you flip to 1 Yoda special and then the other and the 2 discard side on Leia. What I think you do from here. With that Nimitz. And opponent gets 1 reroll, and it's got to be a banger. There's 9, 10, 11 damage that needs to happen. Get the job done. David playing it cool as a cucumber with that disciplined mind. Clearing that fist die. going to be crucial. With the fist die gone on its second rollout, there's basically no way for modifiers to get resolved. That severely limits damage output. Even with the luckiest of lucky rerolls as 3, 5s, 7, 9, 10, 11, 13 damage that could happen on board. But then it would get really messed with. I don't know why he's taking money. Why is he taking money? He's taking shields. Or focusing. He's so focused on the no answer play. That was unnecessary. Here comes one reroll available to Ryan. Could technically pull out lethal. And he's just giving up the game, basically. Oh, that's the card you want to discard, but lost everything else available to you. Still staring down the barrel of a horse jump. That's what you want from Fist, but that's only 3 damage. Now you've got a max of 6 to follow. What can you do here? Focus into 2 focus. Yeah, another 6 damage? Like, not good enough. It's to pull the dead or alive back. Slight trickery, but I don't know if it's enough. Now David just has to claim. Has to claim. All right, I take it all back. He's rolling max on this one. Holy crap. Well, just short of it. 5 damages. All right, never count out a fist, I guess. Never count out a fist. You may as well play that lore hunter. You're going to need to find yourself some mitigation. Target yourself. Ryan remembers his resource this time. He has no answer, but he wants to find $1 somewhere so he can double beguile. Double field medic. I should say beguile, field medic, and no answer. So discard side or resource side is good on Leia here. Suitable for purpose. Don't lead with the field medic. What? Why are you leading with the? You have to put pressure. Now, yep, Pickle gets rolled in. Then if you don't roll out Leia and you aren't threatening the discard, I mean, I think resolving that disrupt is perfectly legitimate. You have to no answer from here. There's too many dice. There's too many high value dice on the field. Such a low ability to get anything else done. You have to no answer. The disrupt showing, or the discard showing, like if previous rolls, 2 focus. Even that Fickle is doing serious work. Not going away. David does indeed have a Beguile left to him. He can't play it yet. And he needs to get his Feed Power action down. What it's coming down to is rolls versus Beguile. 7 damage needed. And focus is the name. Way to go. Force a bad Beguile. You know it's in the deck. Can't afford to let that resolve. Oh, wow. Baited into Beguile here. I mean, I know the temptation resolve modifiers are strong, but you just got blown out. I see an energy bow re-roll, a forlorn blank, and then a removal on fist, right? That's the best Beguile here. That's mighty strange. Oh my gosh, it's a bad Beguile. But it all comes down to this. That's not going to cut it, even on max. One short. One short. And I think this game was a game of mistakes from both sides, honestly. Actually, I think best Beguile is remove the Sentinel Messenger die, right? Like now that I'm thinking about it, like you leave all the Forlorn shit, you remove the Sentinel Messenger. That has the focus. You switch around the fist, which is fine. Reroll the energy bow, which is whatever. You remove Sentinel Messenger. And that, at that point, it is max 6. Leaving the Sentinel Messenger available to reroll could have cost David the game there. But yeah, I don't know what to say there. I think there were mistakes all around on that one. Although what I will say is the one reroll hadn't paid off in spades. Ryan is not even close in that match, I don't think. I would be. I don't know if I mulligan anything away if I was David at that point. I also don't think I keep automated defense if I'm Ryan. Yep. Throws that away. Clever distraction. This round one is almost entirely going to be dictated by Yoda specials. And I think the force jump is the stronger lead there. I don't think there's any necessity to get scrap heap down. You get to dictate when you're taking off the opponent's deck. You can play the scrap heap prior. Like, I mean, yeah, if he leads off with Forlom, there's a chance like he rolls disrupt. But at that point, it's like you got a free discipline mine if he disrupts your $1. I really don't like this run in with ramping out into the force jump and the pacify, or in the force jump off of the scrap heap like that. Um, Especially when the opponent does have 2 probes in deck. Like, you kind of want to keep your upgrades out there a little bit. You can play around in a couple of different ways. You can play the force jump and then roll out Yoda, um, and just roll out Leia Plane and threaten discards. Because if Ryan was rolling like a god right here, if he just rolled 4 damage off of that Forlom, like, he's counting this as a fine round. He would just slam 4 into Leia and call it a success, I think. And that's wow, that's kind of a monster right there. 2 cards gone. Has to spend the card now to reroll, basically. Got too many blanks showing. Max 8, adjustable down to 6 from the force jump. No help. No help on that reroll. I think the play here is to take that Theed power action. Focus to focus. Get moving. Actually, I think you focus now. No, Theed power action's better. Well, I'm taking the day off. Any Yoda special here is huge. Going to translate into 4 cards off the top of the deck. There it is. 4 cards off the top of the deck, plus money, shields to boot. I'll call that an illegal play. He clearly targeted that other Forlom penalty. Makes it a focus, just to rub it in. Rub it. I'm not sure if hitting. Like, I think you're trying. I think with this abysmal of a round one, I think you're trying to get lucky. I think you just put the damage in, and they're on the back end. David has to put himself in a position. I think he takes the money. Fine with that. Because with Forlom ending the round with a resource, um, can't get out ahead of Elf no matter what on the next round. So try for your take your dollar. Try for your shield. It's a basically no progress for Ryan. Does get the Del Fist though. That could change absolutely everything. And playing Del Fist will turn on Forsaken. Get at least one pesky die out of the way. Problem is Del Fisting into a hand that contains no answer. Rough stuff, especially if you play this Forsaken. Fist coming out strong. Might just get discipline minded. Yep. I think you should just put the fist back in. I don't know about this. Like if he's trying for like a utility side like that disrupt, I like Forlom does the job better. Right? The one bit of consolation that Ryan has off of Word State and how his round one went is that there will not be an astrogation proc. Alternatively, he just got 3 specials rolled on him. Can't do anything about that. I think you just play Lore Hunter. I don't know why he's resolving specials. Probing again? I did to probe. It's the one event. Not gonna resolve anything right there. I think that was unnecessary. Although what that does do is it really prevents re-rolling. Plenty of money. Prevents a lot of re-roll when your opponent is sitting on 2 cards. No reason not to play that Lore Hunter. Oh crap, that is an upgrade. I'm so stupid. Of course that's an astrogation proc. I was wrong. Alright. That disrupt is actually not the worst side that I could have rolled. Probably not what he wants to resolve it for, but holy crap. He's setting up for his no answer play, so he doesn't want to touch opponent deck. He wants to keep him a nice, manageable 2 cards in hand. That way he can go ahead and resolve the 1 Leia disrupt power action, or the 1 Leia discard power action with the 2 Leia discard. Start going from there. Here's a reroll that's going to get immediately punished by a no answer. Especially since there's nothing particularly threatening. Board. Like if there was a huge amount of damage rolled, you probably get the force jump out there and start doing stuff with that. But No need here. Definitely should resolve the ranged first. Be losing. I'm gonna lose the 2 damage off of that 4-lom die. I think he's good all the way around. I think plan here, feed off that conscript squad, roll the fist back in, and hope you make some forward progress because this is uphill. That resistance ring has certainly paid off. I think yeah. All that Yoda died for shield money. Take the battlefield, right? Max damage you can take is 4 off of that fist, and that's indirect, so. It's the other shield side anyway. May as well take the shield. If it resolves the disrupt, you get to claim and use that snuff out. I don't think pacifying Leia's die here is the right. Like, it feels cool, feels tricky, but this avenue you get the battlefield control. Get to keep snuff out plus a free mitigation. Get to get the force jump in the field prior to anything happening. Do a deck count right quick. Just 2 left. 7 cards total. I think getting Yoda out's the way to go here. Oh, oh, that's disgusting. Ryan doesn't have a choice. He pretty much has to hidden motive on those Leia dice. If it doesn't hit, dire straits. Takes the other stuff out. I mean, sure, why not, right? Now, any Yoda special wins the game if this hidden motive gets taken away. Yep, there it goes. Even if resistance ring doesn't proc no answer, still has a clever distraction in it. What's the max damage available here? We've got 8 off of the fist. There's 8 left on board. 16, not good enough. $19 health worth of stuff for David, and that's not even counting the field medic or the mitigation. So, I'd have to roll straight garbage for like 3 rerolls. Initial rollout plus 3 rerolls, and there's the natural. The natural resistance ring special. Ryan knows no answer is in the discard. Should discard now. I don't even know what he's hoping for off the top here. See what it was, but it could have been anything good. Stuff out on top. I'm just curious what the top card was. It is a tough matchup. It is very tough. I will give Ryan that. Really, really hard to win against Mill with the slow. It's not slow, but it takes a lot of actions to get something done for a lot. So, well done to Davidcole going into the finals. Looks like it's gonna be a mirror match. Not mirror. Is it a mirror? It is a mirror. Oh God. I think. I remember. I think it's Mill. I think it's Mill versus Mill in the finals. And that's where I will see you next. Take it easy, everybody. I am out of here.